Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on the new foundation that I just picked up. It's the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. It's this one right here. This is the 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I got in the color 06, which is sand beige. This one comes in 1 fluid ounce. This retails for $10.99. I got this at Walgreens and I got this around 2 weeks ago, I believe. It's really hard to find. I couldn't find it near me. I literally had to drive around, and along with that, I am going to be trying the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer, and this is a mattifying primer. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and talk about is this one. This primer retails for $10.99. This is a little bit pricey, like on the pricey side, just because it doesn't give you like a full ounce of product. This one comes in 0.68 fluid ounce, so that's not a lot. And yeah, well, this is how it looks like. As soon as you open it, you don't have like any stickers or anything on it. This primer has a silicone texture. Once you put it on your face, it feels like very slippery. I always stay away from the silicone type of primers, just because I don't feel like they do anything on my face other than just slipping off my face. At the end of the day, I look so greasy. But yeah, this is oil free, just in case. So the claims on this one, it's a mattifying primer and pore minimizing. On me, I felt like the primer didn't do much as far as minimizing my pores or, you know, minimizing the shininess of my face or anything like that. Maybe I can get away with like 3-4 hours the most without looking shiny using this primer. Maybe it's because it's silicone based. There's nothing much to say about this primer other than I do like it for an everyday type of thing. If I'm not going to do anything, or I'm just, you know, running errands here and there, or, you know, doing stuff around the house. But if I want to look, you know, flawless, or I want to go ahead and put like a full glam face, this is not one of the best primers, just because I feel like it is very slippery on the face. As far as mattifying, I feel like, you know, you can get away with 3 or 4 hours the most, which some people might say it's okay for them, but for me, I do expect a lot from primers and foundation. Okay, so let's move on and talk about the foundation itself. Like I mentioned earlier, it's $10.99 retail price at Walgreens. Maybe you can get it cheaper somewhere else, but that's where I got it from. And like I told you guys, it's very difficult to get this foundation, just because I just couldn't get it anywhere. And yeah, anyways, okay, so the name says it all. It's a 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. This is supposed to be a medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula. It's long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. Those are the claims of the foundation. It comes in a glass jar and it has a pump, which I am really excited about. It's easy to dispense the product out. This is, like I told you guys, 1 fluid ounce. This is a very full coverage foundation. It's a very thick in consistency, and it doesn't feel watery or anything like that. Or if you guys remember my review on the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, it is very thin, but it gives you like such a full coverage. You wouldn't expect it from a very liquid type of, you know, foundation. One thing is that it does look like you're wearing foundation, but it doesn't feel like you're wearing like a lot, you know. It doesn't feel like a cake face or anything like that. Up close, it can look like you're wearing a lot of foundation. Because this is more of a darker shade, I feel like as a concealer, it's not going to cover my dark circles. I feel like I have to go with a lighter concealer, and I feel like this one, it doesn't, just because, like I said, I'm in the color sand beige, which is a little bit darker, and it's not going to cover anything right there. As far as creases go, or if it stays on your face for a long time, I feel like it does crease on your face a little bit, especially like underneath your eyes. I did try to, you know, apply this as a concealer. That's what I did, and I just dabbed it a little bit. I set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Even right now, I feel like I do have creases, which I never do with any other concealer or foundation, but I feel like this foundation creases, like especially right here. I do have fine lines right here. You can barely tell, but up close you can tell, like, you know, my smile lines or whatever. I feel like right here it does crease, so that's one thing you need to watch out for. Just keep in mind that I try these two together. Maybe if you try like a smoothing primer or mattifying primer, which is more like a little bit high end, maybe I feel like this is going to last you a little bit longer. If it's sweat proof or water resistant, to be honest, I did feel that the foundation was coming off like every time time I just see like sweat like around here or just like my mustache. I feel like the foundation was coming off a little bit. So yeah, that's that. What I don't like about it is the smell. It smells kind of like something was oxidizing on my face. As soon as you open the package, it does smell like something is oxidizing. It takes a couple of minutes for it to like go away, but up to right now, because I'm wearing a foundation right now, I feel like every time I like just turn, I can smell it. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a pretty good foundation. It's just the bad thing about it is that it smells. As far as if it gets darker throughout the day, I don't feel like it does get darker throughout the day. It stays the same color, which is good. Yeah, I mean, overall, I feel like it is a pretty good match. They don't have a lot of colors available, so that's one thing to consider. And the other colors were a little bit more on the pinky side. And I feel like this one, it wasn't too pink or it wasn't too yellow or anything. I feel like this color was a little bit more on the neutral side, which I can go ahead and, you know, use as well. Also, if you have a lot of texture, or I feel like it does sink into those pores a little bit more than the Marc Jacobs does. Yeah, that's one thing to consider. All right, so now to end the video, both of these are pretty good. I feel like this one, it might work just for those days that, you know, we're not doing anything special, anything fancy. We're just gonna go ahead, run some errands. This is pretty good. I am going to keep both of these, but like I said, I am going to use it just because it gives like a nice coverage, like a very full coverage. I feel like the price is pretty good. It's not too expensive. It's not like $15 for the foundation. So it's just right there, like a drugstore price. So yeah, that's that. And the concealer part, like I said, if you're a little bit light skin, maybe you can go ahead and get away with, you know, using the same foundation as a concealer just because, you know, you're a little bit light skin. But on me, since it's a little bit darker, I can't be using like a darker, you know, concealer underneath my eye. But overall, I do like it. I feel like it's definitely not sweat proof or anything like that, or water resistant, but you're gonna get maybe like 5+ hours of wear with this foundation. It does look like you're wearing foundation, so if you don't like that, then of course you're not gonna like it. So yeah, that's all that I have to say about these two products right here. This has been out for a really long time, I believe, but this is the first time that I actually, you know, use it and test it out. And this one is fairly new. I mean, I think it's new. I haven't seen it until recently. So yeah, anyways, with that being said, if you have any more questions, just go ahead and let me know. I'm going to put all the information, like always, down in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.